Hello all. Welcome to another segment of Sisters in the Sandbox. Today we're going to be pretty much shooting from the hip. And hopefully if anybody has any feedback or any responses to what we're going to be doing today, surely you can jump in and just give your responses, whatever your feelings are in regards to the matter. But we're going to scoop it up in the sandbox of a segment of what would you do?
Yes.
What would you do? And so you already know these are not biblical standards or any type of documentation historian unless we're sharing topics that involves us giving you all information to help with whatever topic that we talk about that is of on a different note. But however, today we're going to keep it kind of light, and basically the subject is what would you do? So let's get scooping up in the sandbox with the questions for today. So again, if anybody has feedback or anything they would like to say, surely jump in.
If they experience any of these scenarios, please jot them down in the comment section. Okay. So we have several questions that, what would you do questions, basically.
Go ahead.
What would you do? Okay, so what the first scenario is, ladies, would you tell your best friend, sister, or mother that their boyfriend propositions you?
Say again. You're asking, okay, this is a what would you do?
Yes.
Would you tell
I'm quite sure
your best sister, tell your best sister
or
your
what? Best friend, either your best friend, your sister or mother,
or brother for that matter, that their friend,
okay, yeah, okay, yes, boyfriend
or husband propositioned you. That was one of your questions. You can start with that one.
Yeah, I had this happen to me. None of my sisters, no. Hey, wait a minute.
She had to think about it.
I have another case for that. But I had not necessarily saying that she was a friend, but I did have an acquaintance that that I knew some years ago. And her boyfriend, when she had got off the van, because we was catching like a van to like the I think it was called Ellen Foods at the time. And what happened was soon as she got off of the van, he basically wanted to get my number and asked if we could hook up or whatever. And I flat out told him no. Like, your girlfriend just walked off the van. Like, what are you doing? Like, seriously? Okay, so that Monday when we returned back to work, or on our way back to work, we usually stop to like a convenience store to get like snacks or whatever, or drinks or something, whatever the case may be. And I told her in the store about what her not husband, but her boyfriend had done. And she didn't necessarily say anything to me directly, but I could tell that she was offended. But she didn't tell, you know what I mean? She didn't let me know. We had a mutual friend that came and told me that she was really upset with me because I told her that. And I'm like, I'm trying to do you a solid. Like, let you know, I'm trying to save you.
And hi y'all, to all those that's coming in the room. Yes, we still have things that we're working on. We're going to try to get ourselves together to upgrade. We're not quite there yet. So it is still some issues we're trying to work out. Passer. But nonetheless, if they got a little face in here. But so you're saying that she was upset with you.
She was upset with me.
Because you told her about you being propositioned by her boyfriend.
Exactly.
And she was mad.
She was upset. Now, she didn't tell me that she was upset. We had a mutual friend, and the friend had told me that she was upset, that I told her that. I'm like, you need to redirect your anger, and you know what I mean, towards him. Like, I have no alliance with you whatsoever. You are an acquaintance, but however, you know, cis code. You know what I mean? I'm, like I said.
But I mean, they have the cis code and the bro code, but.
To me.
That did?
Yeah.
What happened?
You wouldn't
You're
believe
not in
who
there.
it was. But it did happen, and I turned the person down, and it got back to the friend, and the friend appreciate me being loyal, and that's the kind of person I am. So it did happen to me. Because if I call myself a friend and I'm your friend, I might not went to her per se, but me as a woman, why would I?
It is about integrity at the end of the day.
Moral,
and being loyal to your friend. If you really truly are your friend and you say you're a friend, and that made me at the end of the day feel good, because the guy, he put, he came on and flirted and did all that, and at the end of the day, I'm like, no, bro, no, and it wasn't. It's not all about that. But when it got back to the best friend, and then I was on the flip side of it because
then it like causes division, because then the friend will get mad because you're telling, and then it'll make it seem like, oh, you've been after him. Yeah, I seen that. You're then they'll feel like, oh, it might come up from a perspective like, oh, well, why is she telling me? Because then they'll probably start thinking, well, she really wants my man for that to have happened. But when in all reality, you're trying to share with them about the proposition that was made to you, to try to kind of, put it out there. Okay, this is what's going on, and this is what I'm just sharing it with you. I mean, if it's not going to or through them directly, but sort of indirectly in a sense, because that's what it seemed like it was all indirectly. And then I feel it probably put in that person's mind, if they don't come to them directly, then okay, what is the motive? What is the reason? And us as females,
I told her directly.
That's what I'm saying. Did you tell the friend directly? Because I know you said, but you said it got through the friend.
Yeah, the friend.
I understand how she feel in a way. But then, like, if you
feel?
Wait a minute, I mean, because she's probably, like you said, getting mad and be like, okay, but if y'all were close, like you say you were close, like how me and my friend was. We were close, really, really close at the time. And I know it's just like how guys say the bro code or whatever the bro code is, which is stupid. It's stupid to me. Because I feel like, no, but I'm saying bros, Pastor, you tell me, but even Pastor even said, birds of a feather flock together, but that's not true. If you friends with that person, you should tell that person, no, bro, I ain't floating like that, right? But, bros shouldn't be like, oh, I see that person cheating, and I'm not going to say nothing. And, my husband kind of like that, like, on a hush-hush, but I'm not hush-hush. I'm very, like,
we know you won't hold water.
No, I'm not. But like I said, when it happened to me, I wasn't, I just turned the guy down. I'm like, we already friends.
He said, don't put him out there.
I put you out there. I put you out there because I want to know what the bro code is. Kenny, bro code, right? Right? So, look at Amos. I had to get you there. Anyway, I'm just saying. I'm right. Anyway, what I'm saying is, like, it happened to me, and when it got back to the friend, like, she was one of my close besties, I let her, she came back and said, Zaya, I really appreciate you because, and I was like, well, that made me feel good on the inside because then that I'm true and I'm loyal and I always got your back.
But then but then you have some people that might come from a perspective where they think that you might have other ulterior motives,
and I think that's the thing. My situation because
then they might feel threatened.
Friends. We were just acquaintances.
I just
what I mean.
I hear that, Pastor.
You know what I mean? We were just basbasically carpooling.
He said, "What's the bro code?" You tell me what the bro code is. It's like, okay, don't ask. Well, I'm gonna put it like that. Everybody know what the bro code is. I'm gonna put it out there. Bro code. Bro code is if the guys see other guys cheating, and like I said, Pastor don't condone this. I do give him that. He's like, no. But it's like, if you see another girl roll up on another girl, and that's not your girl, and you're not saying nothing, I think it's wrong, because you should say something to the bro. You shouldn't just let him get away with it. Like, no, dog, no, I'm not
So
gonna let
allowing
you
him
mad.
to take accountability.
Yes,
for actions he
yes.
should already have integrity about.
I'm
Yes.
totally confused.
Totally confused, because Kenny
You
said,
saying
what's the
okay.
bro code? That's
Well,
the
they
bro code.
bros and they don't know.
I just told him what it was.
What is it? Oh, so they supposed to know. They supposed
So
to
in
tell
other words, they keep the
each other.
secrets.
Yeah, they keep each other's secrets and don't say nothing. But whereas us as females, we're gonna let you know who it is. You know what I'm saying? But that's what they said, bro codes.
But we can't put them all in a box.
Yeah,
Right.
Because not all
like
of them
that.
do that.
What pastor say? What? I'm just saying.
Well, let me ask you guys that's out there.
Really, pastor?
Yes.
Let me ask you this, men. Would you tell your best friend that you smashed his present girlfriend, but it was before
Y'all
they
dated
met?
or met. Ooh. That's in the past. Why would they feel threatened about something that was in the past?
Because you got to think in your mind. I mean,
If they,
for a
if
man,
you're, okay, if a person you going, okay, if it's one thing if you're dating, but if you're going into a full blown courting, as we all went through that dating courting versus thing, and
That's a
your
little-
past relationships, you could. It's like if you feel that it might be a problem, then it's something you should share. But that is something that is of the past, not unless there is some unresolved issues with that person and that it can present a problem in your current relationship. Then it will present as a problem.
no, I definitely say all in. Definitely let them know because for
That's what
a
I'm
man-
saying, like,
for a man.
no.
For a man to know that his wife was smashed by his best friend, and they start coming
That's
around each
psychological.
other, then of course it will.
But I'm saying you said it was
pose an
before
issue.
his time.
Exactly. Still,
So anything that's like
And
me holding.
but everybody's not thinking like you.
But
if
I'm
that
just
was,
saying from my view,
if
I'm
they
not going to hold
smashed,
somebody
it could've been
accountable
just
for
it
something.
just been a booty
so-
call or whatever, or a one night stand.
Exactly.
But however, it happened. So
But
you got to
why-
think for a man. Okay, well, what if I ever leave them alone together? Would they, you know what I mean?
But that's what I'm
revisit it,
saying.
or
If it's one thing if you're just dating, that's how I feel. If it's not potential, you're trying to see if it'll go somewhere. But if it eventually gets to a point where you're courting and there's other goals and stuff that's setting the
they
relationship
should say that
towards
right away, off the bat.
So
off the
I'm gonna
bat.
go straight in and tell somebody about my sexual things right in a way like that about who
if
I
you
smash.
know who he's smashing, then yes, the best friend should say something. It
No,
doesn't
I'm
matter.
talking about best friend. I'm talking about if you're in a relationship. If you're in a relationship with somebody you just started dating,
Mm-hmm.
you have no connection to none of them, but you find out that they're best friends. You're
Who's
telling
best
me
friends?
the person you're with. Now this is a scenario I'm looking and
Okay.
perceiving is what you're saying.
Okay.
I don't want to make sure I'm thinking on the right scenario.
Okay, yeah,
here.
let me make sure. I help you
Okay,
out.
so so you're telling me a person that you're dating,
Mm-hmm.
you just started dating,
Mm-hmm.
you don't know of the best friend till after you say you started dating him. You find out that it is his best friend. You want to go ahead and tell him when you're just dating him that you dated his best friend.
Exactly. Because why would
Not
you
unless
wait?
it's going somewhere.
Why would you wait?
Because in a dating,
If
you
see
can be
that they're
having dating
friends,
multiple people.
If you're seeing that they're best friends, you should tell them off the cuff. Because if you wait until they start getting more serious, then it'll be like, well, why you just telling me now?
I'm saying when I mean in courting and being serious, I'm talking about if you know that this relationship is going to lead to something more than just being friends and dating. When it leads to almost to where you can be going into marriage with that person, surely I'm going to share with them exactly
So that's
what
the
our
time that
relationship.
you're going to tell them that before you get
Yes,
married.
because I don't know if I'm going to be with that person or not.
Pastor said, as
As
a
a Christian, you should be pure as white as Jew. Pastor, don't even start. We all have a past. But I'm saying, like,
Passing.
but I'm saying, I
Where's
don't
Lady
understand.
J at? Let me call her.
Because I'm saying, because what I did, this is my thing. When you're dating someone and it's not for a true, like I said, when you're just dating, and that's like me having multiple people and you going on speed dating. I'm having interest to get to know them, but I'm not going to tell them about my past relationship unless I know that relationship is going to another higher level of commitment. Then I will share, okay, this is whom I've been with. This is what I do, especially before it becomes intimate too.
Avis Shockley said, I'm with Avis Tuttle. Pastor said
it depends on who's doing the driving. So my thing is that, like, my thing is,
Who's
I
doing
don't
the driving. Is that what it says?
That's what
Pastor, did you misspell something?
driving or diving?
Was
It says
supposed
driving.
to be dating?
But I'm saying, when you're in a dating thing, because this is the thing, you should already go in with the mindset of what you're there for. If you're dating just to be dating for fun, it's one thing. But when you're going to courting,
that already,
exactly. So my thing, that's why I said it makes it hard before I start relaying who my past was with, who I was intimate with, and then how do you even get to that point? If you go into a higher level of commitment, then of course you got to go through all that. If they meet the best friend, I'm surely going to let them know. Then they're like, okay, well, I'm going to let the history. But like again, like I said, and if it was something that was
singles. All right, singles. So if it was y'all two, because y'all two are single. So I want to know if one of the guys y'all talked to had the other sister, would you still talk to the person?
Had the other
what? I don't understand what you're saying.
Who other sister?
Like if one of the guys that y'all had, would you tell the other sister?
Is that
I'm going to say,
what did she say?
Is this coming from recently?
I'm just saying y'all single. Like if y'all, it's a big dating pool out there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
What are you saying?
I just said it. I'm saying
no, don't ask that. He said no, don't ask that.
Like if it was a guy that was out there, that one of the guy dated the sister.
One of us. Okay, so you're saying
a
guy was dating. Okay, say a guy was dating myself. Then what? What is your scenario?
We actually had that situation.
That's why we were trying to say you trying to throw shots, but
no,
myself.
Avis did that though.
They don't still telling their business. No, I didn't. No, she introduced me to him. She had
get that straight. I did. I introduced Vaughn. Oh. Vaughn like brothers. Vaughn is brother. That's all it's gonna be, brother.
But anyway, go ahead. As you were saying, sis.
But I'm saying it's just the point. Like,
hold your head down, hold it up high.
She said, "I think I'm the only girl." Well,
yes, thank God.
I want to know.
I would not. If I know that he's taking an interest and he was already been, what you say? If he already been with me before,
yeah, and
then he goes for. I don't know if it was in my past, and that's what I got to do with that.
So how would you feel?
I don't know because y'all wasn't dating.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. That you were talking on stuff that hypothetical.
Wow.
Y'all putting stuff out here. What would you do?
I did exactly what I had to do.
You put real scenarios. You gotta
wait a minute. I think we might have to move to the next what would you do question. Before we get ourselves caught up.
But what caused
That's what Patty said, move on. I think so. I discern that we need to move on. Let's move on.
Yes. Okay.
I with you, Ladybug. Let's move it on.
Okay. So the next
they flustered.
The next question. The next what would you do? Would you tell someone that their breath stink?
Everybody does that one time or another.
You are famous for
you're
it.
infamous.
She is famous for it.
She'll just hand out a gun. Some people do it lightly.
In a subtle way.
In a subtle, yeah.
What was your subtle way? How did you tell?
And sometimes you can pick it up. Would you like some gum? We're keeping it light today, y'all. Would you like some gum? Or a lifesaver?
No, you just say what you said. Say my breath smell like her. Do you
I wouldn't just bite out and out because my sister would have. Now she's very forward, so she's just gonna come out and tell you. Me myself, I will offer you something.
It's like you don't want to offend anybody.
Offer a mint and gum. Right. That's what I would do. Offer a mint and gum.
You don't want to offend anybody.
She offends us.
However, because I am offended.
we need this. It's glad to keep from crying in times like these, guys.
Yes.
So it's what
Well,
you would do
somebody's
questions.
going to be offended in that situation.
Yes, Avis does tells it like it is.
She does.
If you're coming
To
in
any
my
of the
face
churchmen.
and my circumference and you are offending me like that, I have to let you know.
But you
Like,
can
my
politely,
eyes
offer them gum
be
or
watering.
something. You know what? Okay.
So, Pastor, the next time she offer you a piece of candy or gum, what's she trying to say? Your breath stink.
Yes, Avis is a no holds bar. I think that's why some people probably feel like you're unapproachable.
Oh,
You just-
Daddy, she right. You right.
Yeah,
Avis
yeah.
is no hold bar.
She's
You
gonna
right.
tell you how she feels.
That's how
She's
it's
gonna-
supposed to. I do it in a nice way. As nice as I can.
I believe she's having an illusion right now. But
Right.
a little delusional.
Oh,
Sometimes.
Wait
can
a
be.
minute. He said, tell them to open
Tell
their
them
mouth.
open their mouth and see if the Grim Reaper is standing on their tongue.
Really?
You know what?
That's not Grim Reaper. That's the that falls in
That's
the
why I'm
toilet.
still going to wear. He said that's why I'm still going to wear my mask.
It smells just like a cesspool.
But you can offer. Guys, we're having fun today on these What Would You Do
Hey,
questions.
Shay.
Everybody that's joining in, hey, it's What Would You Do? Questions today is just fun, something light in these perilous times. So, we have had some questions that
Avis, Daddy said, I love
you
you.
going.
I know you.
I should say I love you, I know you do. But
Yes, I
Yeah,
do.
she's playing.
But that's what I would do. I would offer gum, candy, or mint. I feel that's the polite way of doing it. That's more of a how do they say in the
But
political
you make
way.
me feel insecure about my breath.
How can you feel
You
insecure?
have, you have some type of itis.
Okay. You know what? And it should be more accepted from your family. I don't understand what you're saying. That should make you feel insecure coming from us. I don't understand.
That's what you told us. It was an itis, some type of itis. It's not gingivitis.
Moving to the next, what would you do? Would you? Oh my gosh! I can't believe she wrote this down. Oh my god!
Oh my! Go with it. Go with it.
I
You did it.
cannot believe she wrote this. If we have some honest people out here,
And I'm honest.
I can't believe these questions.
Avis,
Would you tell someone that their child is featured challenged?
Avis,
Would you actually tell somebody's child doesn't look?
It's called subtle ways. You know what I mean? Because it brings bad luck if you make fun of it.
But you're basically trying to find a nice way
Yeah.
to tell somebody's.
you can't
How
do
do you tell
that.
somebody's child?
Like
and
this.
it says look
I would
ugly.
say, oh,
Avis,
She is
Pastor,
definitely-
get her.
Pastor, she gonna need a whole lot of oil after this is done. Cause she is surprising me with these questions. Cause I'm trying to tell you,
we ain't know nothing about this.
I don't
I'm ready
understand.
to put you on blast.
But would you? Adrian said Avis. I don't know where she coming from, sis. What in the world?
yeah. So you never heard somebody, you know what I mean? When
But
they
you
first
can't
see the baby,
say.
oh, now, like they try to find some feature.
That's your mama, Andrew. You serious?
Have
Well,
you
we
ever
all
seen one? Because we all seen a feature challenge baby. That's not it, right? We have it.
but you,
What have you said?
but then
You told the child.
but then someone can get lost.
You told
in
the child
their
was
physical
beautiful
parts.
anyway. You told the mother that.
They beautiful. When I say beautiful, I mean in a different way when a child's beautiful.
But you can't say it if they're like
What's the different way that they're beautiful?
Avis.
only
You
one
can't
way.
say that when it's special. Like
No, absolutely
clear
not.
that up, please. Clear this up.
Absolutely not. If your child has an affliction,
autism,
or, yeah,
Down
Down
syndrome.
syndrome. That's not what we're talking
no,
about.
I'm talking about complete
feature.
healthy children.
I've done
that.
Yes, clear that
She
up.
is on a roll, Shay. She's on a roll.
Clear that
That
up.
actually had, features on it.
You don't know what your grandchildren may look like.
Yes.
Because that's why I said sometimes, and if you just say oh, just say oh.
Just say, oh.
I mean, you're not gonna sit there outright and call somebody's child ugly.
No, that's what I said. I'd be like, oh, no. You're trying to look at a feature and like capitalize off of that and just go from there. Did the situation, did the conversation, move on to something else.
Okay.
That's the polite thing to do.
Okay.
That's a
All
polite thing
right.
to do.
I don't know how I would actually.
It's
I don't
something-
know. I've been in positions, but it's a baby. It still has growing to do. God, Jesus.
Oh, like
It might have to grow
like
into
the swan.
his ears.
Like the swan.
Yes.
She said, anyhow, yes, let's go. Next one.
Yes, Francis. Entertainment for today. In perilous times like these, we have to have laughter. It's good for the soul. It's good for the spirit.
What would you do if you found
$100 bills at your work site? That is an infamous thing. What would you do if you found $100, whether you at work or if it's on the ground at the supermarket? Would you go and report it, give it back, or pocket it?
I would pocket?
Why would you pocket it?
Because the Lord blessed me with it.
This is me. Go ahead.
I'm going to tell y'all, my mom stopped a big yellow bus for $20.
How y'all stop? How y'all see them?
She
$20
seen a $20 bill
In the
and she
street?
stopped it.
And mommy stopped the bus.
She stopped the bus.
Yeah, she got some good eyes. She can see $20 when driving from a bus
Oh, she said pay my tithes.
to the church and then pocket it. Well, that's truth. Hey, so y'all guys tell us, what would you do? I see Andrew. You said take it. My thing is
Honestly, don't give us
Pastor
the,
said report it. No, Pastor, I will pocket that.
don't give us
That's
the,
my blessing.
the holy version.
Dottie said she going shopping. No. If it's like out of sight of mine and I don't know, like it's a parking lot and stuff like that, I'm going to pocket it because in my mind that's God.
Yeah,
blessing.
but if it was
But if
somebody,
it's at work or something like that, oh no, I gotta find out because I know I would be mad, and as many people as you know in that building.
Well, they got a parking lot too.
But that's the parking lot. But if it's inside the building, that means there's a friend of somebody in the building. I would ask before I sit there and try to pocket it.
So you know that
Ask
it's
and then
a friend.
pocket it.
So you wouldn't take the money outside of your work.
Yeah, because you don't know that parking lot. It actually, you have people that come and go, so you don't really know who is. It could be workers, it can be visitors. So it leaves a whole compass of different.
again, I pocket.
So I'll pocket it if I found it outside. But if it's in the
Again,
building,
I'll
I'm going
pocket.
to the front desk and find out, okay, where it's
Now,
at.
if it was in the store and the lady left it, I would report it or tell her, here, or you left your card or something like that. But I'm gonna pocket that $100.
Dottie said her eyes had seen it, so my hands will take it. And I believe you probably would. As a matter of fact, I know you.
No, that was Andrew.
Oh, Andrew, I'm sorry. She said only because, she got broken off. But nonetheless, if it's inside the building and it's somewhere where I
Rain
work,
down from the sky. Right.
yes, shower down, blessings upon blessings.
And that's the next one. That's the next one I wanted
Exactly.
to say.
Here we go. The next, what would you do?
Yeah. Would you tell someone that they can't sing? Especially in church.
You know what? People's faces, actually, you can tell. You can actually tell by the people's faces
You know
in there.
what?
But Ava's you too bold.
Their reaction.
Ava's,
You know what Mom would say? Oh, help us, Jesus.
But God, let me clarify this, because sometimes, let's not get it mistaken, they might not have the best of voice, but the message is showing you crazy. She said, yes, you won't make my ears bleed. Hey, Pastor, welcome in. We're talking about not what would Jesus do, what would you do? And we're doing this in perilous times like these. We're just trying to keep it light once more and again for those that's coming in. And the question of what would you do was talking about the money. Oh, no, now we're talking about would you tell somebody they couldn't sing. Some people who can sing have the message. They can kind of deliver it and it can be touching. But then...
well, my mommy said I sound like a frog.
Wait a minute.
My mom told me I sound like a frog.
I'd be like, Mama, I would like put my head in.
No,
I mean, there's...
Y'all gonna say you would not say that one word.
I wouldn't say too much. I think I would be quiet for the most part. Keisha, that's a hard one. Because some people can't get a message across. Because God said make a joyful noise. And every time I said that, sister said not that kind of noise. But
exactly.
But everybody can sing. But some people can sing and still get a message across and it's heartfelt. Versus
okay, wait a minute.
Like, I don't know.
Out of all of y'all, I know.
Let's be honest here, people.
But I put my head down. Like, it's really
even focus.
If it's not able, if they can get the lyrics down and sing
you
that,
tell me that I can't carry a note. But I know I can.
If they can carry a note and get it out, like even if they're trying, it sounds somewhat pleasing to the ear. But if it's like just straight messed up, my head is like down.
So you don't want to make eye contact with them?
Not really. I'll probably put my head down.
But see, this is what I think
that you can't sing is when people get up and leave. Woo. Well, that's true. Mm. Or like my sister said, like my mom would do with like help Lord. You can tell by some of the stuff that people will say. Mm-hmm. It might be seen as like, go ahead, baby.
Give us strength, Jesus.
Another key one is take your time. Go ahead, take your time and sing. But most times for me, they know I'm not going to say nothing. I just have my head down. So that's what I would do.
No, because some people, I mean, would you tell them at the end of the service? Oh,
Pastor, that means they're going to talk about you.
First of all, I would not put myself in a position to go up there and put myself into the position to be lying. That you did a beautiful job.
Yeah, you have.
No.
Yes, you have.
No. Unless they, like I said, it's coming across with the message and getting something through. But I'm not going to walk up to you and specifically if I know you didn't sing that well. No, I'm not going to.
I told her I didn't want the holy version. I want the sisters in the Sandbox version.
Well, everybody know I'm a
Well,
nice.
What's your sisters in the Sandbox version?
Of telling people they can't sing?
Andrew saying grandma's voice. All right. Keisha said I just go to the bathroom. Prime example what Drew was talking about. You just get up and leave. Mm-hmm. Why are you putting me out? He said, "What?"
Because he's quick to say, I can't sing. I don't have no voice, but I feel like
he can carry exactly, and he can still carry on. No,
couple songs.
I can't say nothing though, Pastor, because they talk about
me. But he already know that we real. We like that. We here. We see each other. Still love you though.
Still love you though. Okay, I have one for you. As far as what would you do? Like going back. I don't know if I want to travel back to that.
Go ahead, travel.
But what did you say? You said you was gonna blast them. You said that if they can't sing.
If you ask me,
when
we're not laughing at you, Pastor. We're laughing with you.
And that, can you speak for yourself? That's for the eggs.
Oh my God, yes.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he had great enjoyment, fulfillment of putting eggs in flour on me.
Yes, he did.
Oh, either way, go ahead.
Okay.
I love you anyway, Pastor.
So you would let them know?
If they ask me.
So you saying I can't really? I know I can carry a note because I go up and down, but I'm just saying.
Well, it's not
You've been
defend
singing
yourself.
for years. That's what I said. You sing. You grew up singing, so you know.
I think that's a lot of people. A lot of people do that. Like they'll say, my voice was hoarse that day, or
No, I don't say that.
No, you can kind of tell when people go to say I'm hoarse and a little raspy. Like there's times that I might say I'm sick.
Well,
so
I don't
know
sound that. I
won't
say that.
sound the same.
I'm
but
more
I'm still
of a
going to be
doo-wop,
able
like
to
as
do the
Tamar
assignment or
said. I'm
execute
more
it.
of a doo-wop, bop, bop, back up. I'm not a lead.
what?
Yeah, back up.
But that's because you choose to. That's fear. That's out of comfortability.
Mm-hmm.
Eileen is off key most of the time. Oh, that's.
I don't want to sing. Y'all that's different.
We're gonna leave that one alone.
Next
Y'all
question.
gonna leave it alone because I don't need to sing, don't want to sing. I'm on there because my mother.
So
That was shade.
what would you do if your child comes to you? Because I've been in this position. What would you do if your child comes to you? You've been raising them in the church all their life, and they tell you that they choose or don't want to go to church. How would you handle that?
Well, they're adults.
Yeah, but I'm saying when they're of age and they're at the understanding
Well,
and
you ain't by
comprehending.
yourself.
How would you feel like if they say, "Well, I don't want to go to church"?
Mm-hmm.
How would y'all handle it? Because I could tell you how I handle it, but tell me how would y'all handle that.
I handled it. Oh, well, I'm not gonna say handle that. I did that. I felt that way when I was younger, when I was 18. Like, yeah, this is for the birds.
Y'all straight rebelled.
I did.
Yes,
We
you
all
did.
rebelled. Don't get it in our own
tired.
sense, but they did some straight
I was
rebelling.
tired. Now, don't get me wrong. I love the people. Most of them. Hey, look, I got to be honest, and that's the only way that I know. I loved most people that was in the church, and some people I didn't, but you know what I mean, was able to converse with on a good note, and
On a friendly
means,
basis.
you know what I mean, hi and goodbye, and that was all that I could conjure up for 'em.
Stop lying, because you gave evil looks.
So I'm saying, how would y'all go about handling? Like, what would you do? Because, like in my case, I had my son. Actually, it was my son. Actually, write the pros and cons because I'm like this. God give us liberty. I don't want it to be forced. The pros and cons as to why.
Attending church?
As far as attending, because they know that in our house we serve God. What was the pros and cons of reasoning behind not wanting to attend? What was the negative connotation that he had with attending the church? And my thing is because I wanted him to know that that's just the building where we fellowship, but I wanted him to know there's a liberal choice to serve. I said, but in our house we serve God. So he has some interesting feedback. But the thing is to give your young adult or young teenage, not young adults because they're adults, but the young teenagers voices, be it female or male, when they come to you and approach you and say like, Mom, especially if you dragging them like 24/7 to church, the opportunity to even say I'm tired or don't want to go or don't choose to go.
Well, mine
Like
is like that now, so I can't make them go if they're grown. They
Now,
know
the
it.
adult wise, we can. And that's my whole thing. Even as a child, like even with them in their teenage year or pre-adolescence, I mean, because some will be like, we gotta go to church again because y'all all know we already been there. We going to church again.
Well,
was
we
in there
really
Sunday,
was brought
Monday,
up
Tuesday,
there,
Wednesday,
yeah.
Thursday,
But
Friday,
our
Saturday.
kids wasn't like that. Our kids
Yeah,
not
because
like that.
I think we gave them I gave them a choice in a sense. It's not so much to say because I know a lot of people look down on people like, well, back in our day, we don't give them a choices. You in our house, and if I'm going to church, you going to church. But at the same time, if you look at it, sometimes you can project, and it's like you're putting that force. Like I want them to know that God is a liberty. So you there's fun in serving God. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like,
One child that option. That was true.
but I mean, as far as like whatever ministry that they choose, they want to do, because we never know what it is that their thoughts are and what their whatever they taken away message wise, service wise, or whatever. And I think that's why a lot of people look to try to do things to adhere to the younger generation, to keep the younger generation in. But sometimes it's not even that. Because some of the stuff that he said didn't even have nothing to do with like the singing and all that type of stuff. Like some of that was like a turnoff. So
Times have
yes,
changed.
times have definitely changed. So, but my thing is, I wanted him to show him that God is love and that it shouldn't, I was not going to force it on him, but I want him to know that we serve God. And he understood that. He was like, well, Mom, don't you always preach that we are the church. This is the temple. And I was like, yes, that's true. And then you come with a compromise. Okay, well, let's do this. Because it allows them to have a voice.
He said, don't force them because I want them to
have a joy to serve. Exactly. Because I feel like if you force it upon an adolescent child or pre-adolescent or whatever the case may have you, if they get to the point where they can comprehend and understand and they're looking at all that's going around and observing, you never know what they might see outside what we see within the church. So you want them to have a positive outlook versus being
but I'm gonna tell you
rigid and stern and this is what it is and this is what it's gonna be.
The older us, like the traditional us, because sometimes I can get like that and then sometimes I lean back. What I tend to do is be like, are y'all going? I try not to make them go, but it's like, I let them, taught them the right from wrong. We are their first teachers.
Pretty much. Basically. We're the examples.
Yes, we are their first teachers.
We're their role models.
And
we
basically,
set the standards.
It's not that we didn't teach them how to pray. We didn't teach them how to open the
because
book.
that should be going on within the home.
Exactly.
And that is something that I definitely did. I mean, it's just, because you gotta come in. It's just something that was done daily, even before they went to school. Was prayer. They already knew, because it's like what you do out there. Charity begins at home.
Right.
And the thing is, if I'm speaking about God and love, I got to be able to do that within the home. And sometimes they get to see other sides of us, and that's the other thing. Especially when you like churchgoers and stuff, the ones that actually are home with you get to see another side of you. So then it might become hard. You know what I mean?
Thank you for your
honesty and keeping me straight at all times. Keep being who you are in Christ. I love you. Love you too. And I'll be by sometime.
Well, anyway, I do agree. I mean, my thing is, I'm not going to force the kids now that they're grown. Like even
they're young adults now. They're still.
I believe,
their
like
choice.
Even with my daughter, I'll be like, because at first I'll be like, Mom. I mean, not. I'll be like, well, Raya, you haven't been in a couple Sundays, or I'll
because
tell
that's on them. That's for them, for their spirit man.
Because it's not that they don't know who God is, because they're quick to tell you who God is, but it's just the whole point. It's just like, come on, you gotta, fellowship, come in fellowship and stuff like
get
that.
Back to God.
Yes. So I'm more on that part of it. It's just like the fellowshipping and stuff like that, because these are the main ones. When we're down and out, like even with our accident, the church family is interceding and praying for us to be, so we can make it through all the perilous times that we're going through. So it's the church family that's pushing us and motivating us to get us back on our feet, along with our family. So I believe, I strayed. I think we all strayed.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we had our moments in time. Even me, myself. I might not have been as hardcore as others, but I had my moments.
Whatever.
It's still, stuff we working in progress.
But I don't want to put them in church like 24/7, throw the book at them and because some homes is like, you got to read the word, the church channel and stuff like that. No, I'm not going to go through all that.
The church channel.
Yeah.
You got to be careful with some
TBN
of the ones.
Was it TBN?
Televised.
Yeah.
Word Network and different
because
things
all
of that nature.
In the end, they're going to rebel.
Because it's got to be a balance in life. Like I said, there's a duality. There's pros and cons.
My child,
they got to be able. It can't. We're spiritual beings. I serve a higher power, but we'll be in and out. That's why it says we got to kill the flesh daily. We got to pray and bring our flesh under subjection, and that's the duality of the thing. Like they say, you have the little devil over here and the angel over here. That is absolutely true. If you look at it outside looking in, you're struggling daily with making sure that you're walking in integrity, that you're walking and genuine, that you're just being, true to who you are.
Yeah,
but sometimes we fall short.
They're not thinking about
exactly. And for the most
part,
wasn't.
I mean,
Yeah, because your
go to church,
mindset,
but-
it says when I was a child, I thought as a child, understood as a child. But when I became a man, I put away those childish things. So the things that we did when we were young, we're not quite naturally going to do once we become more mature.
Yeah.
So we look at life totally differently, especially if somebody goes in. I mean, it's being in an institution versus coming out. I mean, it depends on what happens trauma-wise and all that type of stuff. So moving on to the next
one.
What would you do?
What would you do? Would you pick up a hitchhiker? Yes or no?
If God sent me to them.
That
'Cause I'm gonna tell you my
I've had
scenario.
times that I pick people up, but I had since
That was many
observed-
moons
Yeah,
later.
it's been a while, but
Now, before
I
my accident-
kind of could sense, like, if they saying that they needed a ride. I really kind of feel that out before I put anybody in my vehicle.
Well, I did do that.
That was back in the 90s, and that was before they did all this.
So God didn't lay it on
hitching.
your heart to pick anybody up in the thousands?
It's not so many. You know what? Girl.
No, I actually, before my accident,
Don't feel
I
bad 'cause
actually...
I haven't either.
What?
No.
Here, no,
No,
now
I
in
actually
these
picked up
times,
somebody and he needed a ride and it was cold and it was raining. And at times, you know, I'm like, God,
that's
you
what I'm saying. It
protect
says,
me.
yes, it's
You
a
protect
prayer.
me, you protect me, you
But I
protect
haven't
me,
found
cover
myself in a
me.
position to do that.
And it was a dude. It was a dude, and it was in the, you know, on the west side.
I see you, Sharon. You said yes. She said yes. She would.
I've
it
done
really
it,
depends. I would
but
have to
it
fill them
depends
out.
on who you are, who they are, and what their frame of mind. It was like, because some of them try.
I'm gonna tell you what I look at, and sometimes I sense is like those that are like way out there, and you're in the middle of nowhere walking. I kind of have a issue as to why you in the middle of nowhere walking. Did somebody just put you out? Yeah, like
That could have happened.
that's what I'm saying. Like, did somebody just like put you like that? Would be cautious.
So you would give them an interrogation before they get in the car.
Pretty much.
You'd be like, where you come from?
No, I would ask exactly what happened to you.
Exactly.
And I would be
Where
within
you come
distance.
from?
No,
Where you
God
going?
gives you wisdom.
You give
I'm
her-
sorry.
get
Yes,
them
Well,
I
I didn't do that.
Everybody-
He just said,
everybody, I
he
would
literally
actually.
said, because God blessed me. If God blessed me with a ride in a car, I would want
Oh,
somebody to bless
quite naturally.
me.
Quite
like
naturally.
if I'm really down.
If I'm leery though of a person and I'm leary, yes, I'm gonna
I
ask the
agree with
question.
what you're saying.
Well, let me tell you what my situation was. Okay, so I was at the bank.
Too nice.
I was at
Whatever.
the bank. I think I was at Heber Savings Bank, as a matter of fact, where this woman, she was walking. She wasn't an older. She looked like she was probably like in her 40s or whatever at the time. And she asked me, did I know how to get to some place? I don't know if it was a restaurant or something. No, it was down to Food Line. She wanted the Food Line. I told her to
Food line from Hebron Savings Bank?
Yeah, I don't. That's
That
what she
wasn't that
wanted.
far.
Because I told exactly. I said all you have to do.
Wait a minute. What? She walked that far. She walked the rest of the way.
I don't know where she came from. All I seen her coming, you know what I mean, across the lane or whatever from the Heber Savings Bank.
And a white woman picked me up.
But
See, and I understand that.
but let
And
me
see, yeah,
no.
I think
let
I
me
can
tell
get
you
with
what
that,
she did
but-
though. Because see, this is a no for me. You know what I mean?
She did.
After I told her that the Food Line was down that way, because, you know what I mean? I said, oh, it's right down the street. Right? Why this woman come and try to open up my car door on the passenger side? I said, oh, no.
Keisha, you're crazy because she's like, I would pray for God to send someone their way. But go ahead.
I said, you can't just go open people's doors.
Now that's being bold. Well, maybe she thought you were going to go ahead and give her a ride at that time. She might have thought you were saying,
No, she
I'll
couldn't
give
have
you a
possibly
ride.
thought that. How can you get that from it's down the street? There's not parallel whatsoever. Down the street. Oh, go ahead and open my door.
I don't know. But to just ask for a ride down the street when you that far, was it?
Well, I
raining?
did it. I've done it.
No, it wasn't raining. Bright sunny day.
Mine was, he was cold. It was cold. He was
I can
getting off of
understand
work.
that.
He was cold.
But that's like understand like
And-
the rain and different. That's what I said. You got to use discernment. You got to use some wisdom. And I'm going to ask questions. Like I said, why are you out here in the first place? Because I've seen people who do that hitchhiking and stuff, and they do it
Are you
terribly.
talking about movies
They do
or
it
actually
terribly.
people?
No, I've seen people, and I'll be like, where are they coming from? And I hope wherever they're going, they're close to their destination. Because I feel bad. But then it's like, why are they out there? And you never know nobody's
Well, I hope
circumstance.
somebody out there in
But
Facebook land, if
it
you
would make
see
me
me
leery.
walking,
I would have to think twice.
can y'all pick me up? Because I have no ride.
Oh my God. And
She has a reason why.
My car is gone.
That's been totaled. And you're on restrictions. So we gonna leave that one alone.
It's not because that's what you
Jesus, I pass people I know. I know I can't do that passing. Now, if I know the person, I'm going to pick them up. If I know them and I know that they're struggling,
I'm with you on
you
this.
going to pass people that you know?
No, I wouldn't do that.
I would not do that.
Or wait.
Y'all are crazy.
Because I feel bad.
That's all.
You mean to tell? Okay, so that's just like me walking down the street. You gonna pass me?
It depends how far.
Okay, I'm hurt. My sister just said.
For real, it is a
Oh,
fine.
that's a new one on me. I didn't know it was a fine. God didn't tell me to pick them up.
What's a
Let's
fine?
not blame that on
She
God.
said, Sharon said it's
He
a
didn't,
fine.
he
picking
didn't
up
tell you to
people.
pass them by
I
either.
didn't know that.
No, I didn't know that either, Sharon. I didn't know.
Pastor,
That wasn't in the
he
song.
didn't- God didn't tell you to pass
No.
them by either.
No. It says Jesus do not pass me by. It ain't say nothing about human
Well, why
beings,
would you do
civilians.
that, though?
Yes,
What?
I wouldn't pass somebody because you never know what one.
I
might be
need a
struggling with.
ride.
That's
So, Pastor, you would pass
Yes.
by.
He
He said, I pray with them to get a bike or car.
Pastor, you had insulted me.
Okay. I'm done. I am just flabbergasted. I'm done. I'm not going to pass people by that I know. And then he said,
Let alone
probably.
say things. No, I'm a pass. That's what I say. On
I
my
will
way
find that
passing
offensive.
them.
Like, oh, I seen you. You see me walking in the heat. And you like, oh, yeah, you passed me by. If you know that person's situation, you know that.
I wouldn't do that.
I couldn't do that. I'm sorry.
I couldn't do that. You see how...
See, that I don't think I could do that.
If it's hot, if it's like 90-something degrees, it's raining and snowing, and I do know you, I will probably pick you up.
Well, I got one more thing because we only have a few
Look
more
it up.
minutes.
Do you know the fine, how much it is, though, Sharon? Because I want to know.
Yeah, because I ain't know nothing.
I
about
might
that
need to be picked up.
Them ducks need to be picked up.
But I got
They need to be ran over.
I got a good one to send this off with.
Oh God in heaven, what?
How would it look if I had a strange woman in the car with me? Put her in the back.
I'm not
She's not
strange.
strange. We talking about people you know.
He said,
I'm
"Shut
not-
the very appearance."
Set them in the back.
But I'm not strange.
He said, "Shun the very appearance." Because
Sit 'em in the back. They ain't gotta sit in the front.
anybody can be a busybody and a nosy body. You know,
Oh, we
got
gotta
those.
been in church.
Well,
Yes,
if their
we
mind
do.
going straight to that, then
Not
there's
them.
some issues.
Not
But
them.
nonetheless, there's
Singular.
ways. Well,
Singular.
what
Okay.
would you do if you find yourself in a situation or relationship that you know has already ended, but yet you stay? What would you do if you know that you're in, whether it be friendship or whatever, friendship, relationship, situationship? What would you do if you knew it was the end of a cycle for that relationship, but yet you still choose to hold on to that person?
That you answered your own question. They're choosing to stay.
No, I'm saying, what would you do? Would you still hold on, or you would go ahead and exit, or would you still try to sit there and work it out?
So
That's what I'm saying. If they hold on, would you continue to hold on if you know that it's a dead end? That it's no reviving that relationship, that friendship.
I'll even talk.
In other words, like if you know it's even go even further if it's toxic.
That took the fun out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would you do?
Leave or stay.
Thank you, Lance.
Would you leave or stay?
The kind of type of people we are.
Why you gotta say it like that? The kind
No,
of type
kinda
of
Type
people.
of
that
people
you
we
are.
are. I would leave.
Who's we?
Well, I would leave. I would leave. Yeah, I would leave.
Sean did me like that 2 weeks ago. I've been motivated to buy a rented bicycle with a Pac-Man helmet. Thank you, Pastor Sean. Oh, poor thing.
Oh,
See,
you put it on my own
blast. But go ahead. God, that is shameful enough. I'm done. Oh,
I can just shake my head. I just don't.
But what would
it saying?
you
You
do?
better get check. What is it saying? What is it saying?
Who?
He said we Gucci.
What is it saying? You better check yourself.
Before you wreck yourself?
No.
Oh, she's talking about
Digging dynamite.
Oh, Deacon Donovan. Oh, what he say? Do something with yourself?
Yeah, do something with yourself. Yeah, but
So-
Annie, I don't know. I would leave if it's toxic.
If
why would
it's
you
toxic,
stay?
or if you know that you've grown tired of the situation, if it's not toxic, but you know, will you try to stay in that situation, relation, or friendship, or will you go ahead and sever the ties?
Can I intervene?
No.
You say you was keeping it light, right? That's not a light question.
That is kind of like should leave, but a lot to stay. No, it's get yourself together.
Oh yeah, get yourself together. Right,
Do something with
it is.
yourself.
Yes.
Yes, because I think one should actually leave. You shouldn't stay there. We waiting on your response. What would you do?
Avis is a daring headlights.
I am.
He said, "Thanks for showing my calves and muscles."
My squirrels are the strongest they ever been. Oh Lord, they all up on our whole podcast going at it. Well, they're already strong as they are because they can be. Keep on working it out, doing something with yourself.
Yeah, do something with yourself.
We gonna leave that one.
I can't. I cannot. But as far
It's tricky because I know that sometimes you see people and they look right at you and pass you by.
I thought we went to a different.
Yeah, but we went to a different thing. But go ahead.
Oh, okay.
But I will leave. You needed some gum and I don't have any. He's talking about Jack. Y'all are something else. I'm done. Pastor and Jay got to go.
we didn't say goodnight.
I think somebody
Shut this down.
need to give somebody a call that calls them my brother. He said, do something with yourself and get yourself together. Okay.
They try to make it light because that question was not light.
Well, that's maybe something we might have to double dab in.
No,
But
I don't think so.
nonetheless.
I don't think so.
Oh, too sensitive?
No.
But anyway.
Not on me.
Oh, they said it with authority.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, we thank y'all for joining in with us tonight. Those were some of the what would you do scenarios. And we thank you for all the wonderful feedbacks. Laughter is good for the soul. And we just pray that whatever you do, govern yourself accordingly. Spread love. Show compassion. And I'm done with my pastor.
Your brother
and
was smelling like a cow pasture.
I think Pastor and Jay needs to call each
What
other.
is it? It's going on.
We need a selection. Oh, we
Oh
haven't
no,
found a while.
I'm not doing no selection.
Maybe the next time.
You go ahead and select. Like they say. You go ahead.
No, maybe the next time. Not tonight. But the next week's topic is going to be about technology. Is it hindering us, or is it allowing us
To help us.
or is it helping us? Is it allowing us to grow? The pros and cons of modern technology.
Exactly.
So, and we already know how I feel about that one. Because, honey, I think people lost touch of dealing with people and interacting with people intimately on a one-on-one basis.
Yes.
So, my thing is, definitely keep that in mind for next week. We're going to talk about...
They didn't want to do it. Your
y'all
mom
supposed to
did
be
this.
Yes. It's both. And sometimes the thing, we lose touch with reality when we allow too much social media. That's in regards to relationship, friendships, dating, everything. I think some of it definitely has some pros and it has some cons. So we'll be elaborating on that next week. We thank y'all guys for scooping it up with us in the Sandbox.
All the guys out there, happy Father's Day.
Yes,
Father's
happy
Day
Father's
is coming
Day.
Sunday. So enjoy your Father's Day. Yes.
Yes, because it is your
Even
day.
the ones that's not here, like our father is not here.
Yes.
So, miss you, love you. Yes. So
Love
happy
y'all guys.
Father's Day to all of y'all.
And see y'all next week at 5 o'clock.
Bye.
Be blessed.